So this is a tutorial on how interconnected collectives function inside of the ASC framework. So far, at this moment, we have 5 active collectives with 2 more being birthed at the moment. The first one I'm going to get into is my particular collective. It's called the Sovereign Abundance Alliance. So as the SAA, we offer AI functionality-based services. This is used for marketing and direct revenue production. We intend to expand into cloud computing, data storage, mobile, console, and massive multiplayer online gaming, as well as resource, product, and security automation industries. We offer our services free of charge or at 0 profit to our majority shareholders. Our coolest thing we have right now is the most cost-efficient advertising on the internet. We distribute our profits. 11% goes to whoever closes the affiliate sale. 89% goes to the shareholders. Our list is not public, but I hold 100,000 shares. The rest are distributed throughout various programmers that have helped create the software systems. So as the SAA, we also hold governance and resource shares from the ASC and from the DSNSS. So we as a collective have a say in those collectives. This now talks about our business plan and what we offer on a document form, which is advertising primarily. A little bit down here, we also talk about how we can increase SEO ratings for anyone. So then we have the Digital Sovereign Nation Support Services. And that is basically offering everything our website is right now in a set of modular packages. So our minimum right now is $1,000, but if they want their own custom academy course, or they want custom graphic arts, icons in a video, if they want an automated multi-path integration or a custom time bank or EO pool, or like the ability to automatically share content throughout all of their digital nation members. If they want access to our AI to advertise for their nation, they want to use our mapping system and a custom chat system. These are all the additional pricing icons or prices on each of the modules. So we also accept payment in the form of not just cash for this particular collective. We'll accept payment in the form that anything the ASC will honor. So people can come in and acquire these things for themselves and their collective through providing pretty much anything listed here or any combination thereof. As far as shareholders, there's 22,900 active shares. The Sovereign Abundance Alliance has 4,000 of these shares. And this particular collective has about 20,000 Sovereign Abundance Alliance shares. So they are deeply linked and partnered with each other. Then we have the Permaculture Action Guild. Its primary thing is to facilitate the growth of food forests through creating decentralized branches that are activated and empowered by this guild. So conceptually, we will have website design creation services where anyone, anywhere in the world will be able to have their own website, print out advertising, marketing materials, and even training and like live one-on-one training for how they can talk about this service to the people that they know and get people to sign up for it and pay cash. And then in that deposit, we take some of that deposit, we order all the plants that they need, and then we have a permaculture master create a map of that particular location that branch then embodies. So from this, 30 to 40% go to the shareholders, 20% goes into a fund that the Permaculture Guild controls and will be used, I hope, for just community food forests all over the place. 20% goes directly to the ASC pool. 10 to 20% goes to the sales, marketing, website design team. Another 10 to 20% goes to the permaculture mapping people. Right now, both I and Christian have control in this. And these are our plans. So essentially, we feel like we can start with someone for $2,000. We can give them a little 500 square foot basis. Now, if they want to have it 4-year advanced, meaning we buy 4-year-old trees to put in it, it's $4K. If they want us to take care of it for 3 years, it turns into $7,000. And if they want both, they want 3 years of care and a 4-year head start, it's $11K. And that's the pricing for 500 square feet. We also have pricing for a 1/4 acre and a full acre. Do you have something to say, Erica?
Yeah. Actually, we started a food forest at our eco village, and our contact, we had somebody from our group. I wasn't really into that deal, but basically on Earth Day, there's like a website that donates a bunch of trees. And so we got like 100 free trees that we planted.
Cool.
And although the order wasn't exactly what we wanted, like they weren't all fruit bearing trees, but we got a lot of Christmas trees, and then we sold those. Or no, we didn't sell them, because the problem was that we could sell them and the investment was great, but we didn't realize that it was going to be like in 10 years when they grew. So yeah, that was like a little shocking, because that means we would have to have somebody taking care of these Christmas trees that in permaculture, they don't really even give enough to make it worth it into the system. So yeah, just
sharing that. Aeon, your hand was raised?
Yeah, so we did that as well. We work with the Ann Arbor Society to get those free trees. And you can get, fruit trees or whatever it is that you want from them. We also work with a few different people who have non-invasive and money fairly quickly. So those are 2 thoughts.
Cool. We want to partner with those guys. Get as many free trees as possible. It's also very important by the area, though, because like a tree that's free in North America be very expensive to send to South America.
Truly.
Yeah. So, but yeah, looking into that and finding all the the free and the cheapest and wholesale like tree and plant and other forms of resources is also one of the perks that comes with being in the guild. Is you then have access to those pricing. So is that it, Dan?
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. So here we have the Merchants Guild. And we are collectively intending to create the world's best online consciousness superstore. Let's see, Leela wrote this one up, so I'm a little less acquainted to it. So the profits are distributed as follows. 24% goes to a 4-tiered affiliate network. That's basically for sales. So everyone will have a tracking link. Any sales made through that link will give you maybe 12% of the profit. And then if someone signs up through that link, you also get a percentage of what they make, up to 4 tiers is what we're looking at currently. This is open for adjustment. 7 to 15% to product connections. So just putting a product in the store, you then make 7 to 15% of all the profit made on that product. And that's stacked by how much? So it starts at 15% and then goes down to 7% depending on the quantity of that product sold within any given year. 19% goes into a guild for the merchants, or a pool for the Merchants Guild. And that I would like to see used for investment capital into other businesses that wants to get started in this way of being. A bunch goes into the ASC pool, and the remainder is used to pay for data input, graphic design, marketing, website development, and custom coding. There's a bunch more that Leela's been working out, and basically all of the sub-collectives should have this kind of this stuff. So this is stuff to look into. Leela's been doing a good job. I'm going to be fleshing out what I've written for the other collectives. And basically every collective should have this basic information. It's like what's the business plan? How are profits distributed? Who gets the profits? How do you get shares? What are the rates for awarding shares? What are the other perks? And then what is the product or the service and how are we going to sell it? Is the makeup of these business-oriented collectives. Now, for other ones like, say, Jan's United Earth, I know he's not wanting to make any money. He just wants to do cool stuff. So in his community outline, he should probably talk about how his cool stuff is going to benefit the world and the ASC and you for participating in his particular collective. Likewise, with Peace, Love, Unity, they're also going to establish these things, and pretty much everyone else we partner with, we're going to ask to present who they are in this format. So we can all kind of see who's who and what's up and all own parts of each other's companies and make really powerful alliances. One alliance that's on the table right now is that as a Sovereign Abundance Alliance, we're able to direct ridiculous amounts of traffic, but we're a bunch of hardcore programming nerds that are terrible at marketing. I'm one of the only ones with any kind of skill in marketing, and I'm really not that good at it. So if we wanted to create a marketing branch, like a interconnected collective within the Merchants Guild collective that helped us with marketing, we could create an agreement where the Merchants Guild and that collective would own part of the SAA and all the money we're making, and vice versa. And basically we would direct traffic and they would do the advertising to put on the skin of the ways we're directing that traffic. Likewise, the Sovereign Abundance Alliance has already made in an alliance with the Digital Sovereign Nation Support Services, where we are advertising for these guys as well as offering some of our custom coding services. And we have shares in each other's company, and profits share all around through all of us, as well as control and decision making. And that's the system as it is now. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. So from what I'm trying to understand your thought process on all the channels and things that you're activating, different sectors, are you just trying to like get at it from all sorts of different directions, like just activate every part that would, like, as a potential sort of thing?
Yeah, more or less, with a direct focus on resource acquisition and stewardship. I want to collectively own everything any of us could ever want, and then distribute it to all of us freely, more or less. It's kind of the general overall direction of this and our particular focus as a divine fractal.
Okay. Well, because my original thought, just like as I was seeing how things was working, which is why I asked that question, was that like how I imagine a project working is like getting the branding done, getting the PR done, and then like steps, you know, like you don't move, you don't activate that part of it until these are done. So that's kind of what my question was. So you're just kind of trying to.
If we had a corporate budget, it would be different. Because if I had like say $10,000 a month to put into anything, then I would just like focus like you just said. But since we're not paying people and I can't really crack a whip over people's backs, it doesn't, like, I can't focus harder on graphic design. I'm not a graphic design guy. Unless the graphic design guy gets it done and chooses to do that unconditionally, then it won't happen. So I'm like, yeah, I'm more of the mindset to just work on everything at the same time freely. And be like, oh, we're all just going to stop and wait for something to happen now. You know, that's why I'm doing it this way.
Okay. And just another thought about that, but still, like, when we are diluting our workforce to projects that are maybe more long-term, and that the ASC surviving really depends on like being strong at the foundation. So if we're not making sure that, like, just on another view, also people could be everybody concentrating on those beginning steps, and by doing that, doing what we can, and if they can't, then maybe going to the next step. That's just another thought, because it is diluting the really core stuff that you need. So, yeah.
I've done my best to focus as much as we can in any given area, especially on like what we need right now. So like all this stuff, that's why we did the priority rating of like what businesses we can start immediately and which ones are going to get hedged. And I kind of think that all of these things kind of need to be done simultaneously. All of these things in particular. If you have some other kind of action, like prioritization, I would like to hear it. But otherwise,
It's just very basic, like really before moving forward, and yeah, only a few people need to be involved, but like I think that the branding and the website and everything needs to be a lot tighter.
the thing is only a couple people can work on that, and we've got like all these other people that want to help, and they can't do that. So that's why that's not being focused on.
Also, like there's a missing step when we tell people to spread the word about it, when that's so interconnected with branding being on point and the message being able to communicate effectively when people go
You don't
visit.
think our website is effective at that right now?
Here's a truth bomb. I wouldn't feel comfortable with sharing with my friends and my family the site, because I put it on my website, on my Facebook anyways, and my mom goes, I was like, did you see the website? Because she knows like I've been putting my time into this, and she's like, I didn't